Holy crap, we just had a crazy day casting games. WTL was insane. I just cast Team Liquid vs Basilisk, Clem, Serral, Reynor, madness. If you want to see the whole series, check out my Pigcast channel. It'll be up there later as well. For now, here's two of the best Zerg vs Terran games I have ever cast in my entire life. Enjoy. This is a treat. Enjoy these games. Have fun, everybody. See you guys at the end of some awesome matches. Oh me, oh my. Reynor in the bottom right side of the map. Clem in the top left. And it is now going to be Reynor being revived. Both sides on their last life. Now, if both sides win a single map, we get an ace match between two players that haven't been revived yet. Which means you can't use Reynor, you can't use Clem. One could argue that anyone Team Liquid can field that's not Clem has no chance against Serral. What are you going to do? Bring out Skilless, bring out a laser, bring out Cure. None of them have much chance. Now, don't get me wrong, Cure took a map off Serral earlier in this tournament, which is part of why they're still alive here, right? Otherwise, they would have been dead immediately from Reynor's earlier 2-0. But he took a map with a proxy 3-Rex. There is no way in hell that will work again. And this is why, if Reynor takes a single map, it's almost a win condition. Clem, in his mind, has to win 2 maps in a row. He has to be a one-man army. If he can win 2 maps in a row right now, go 4-2 in total score against Reynor, that would be amazing. He will win it for Team Liquid. They'll get the 4-3 victory. Bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But if it goes 1-1, it's going to be a massive favorite for Basilisk to win. So, Reynor, what do you got for us? We're on Site Delta right now. It's a map we haven't seen too much of in this tournament. And we've got the Reaper coming out as well. Bracket command has not been updated, guys. Sorry about that. Haven't seen many people activating that one today. Forgot to update that. This is the WTL playoffs. This is the second to last match. Vitality's waiting in the finals for the winner of this match. Maru, Solar, and Ryung. I gotta say, I think they're all quaking in their boots, considering the form of the players on both of these teams. Liquid and Basilisk, I mean, both had impeccable EWC performances, and it really is something that's going to be very hard to deal with. The Reaper's coming in. Can Clem maintain that focus and level of play? His comeback on Crimson Court was fantastic, but Reynor's not going to be out of tricks just yet. Reaper did a bit too much damage in the last game, and honestly, Clem's Reaper is the thing of legends. Oh, almost got a surround, Reynor. I thought I almost jinxed Clem for a sec. If he got that surrounded, that would have been super rare. Thank you so much for the cheers, guys. Really appreciate you guys activating that hype train. Much love. Thank you so much. So yeah, basically, I will never forget watching Serral's stream on Beckett Industries playing Clem. And just like, I've never seen Serral so triggered from a single Reaper harass. I tell the story all the time. Because he literally was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Against Clem, you need to go spawning pool first. Like, on a small map, you just can't play hatchery first, Clem, because his Reaper will kill like 3 drones. And yeah, I mean, that was a map which Serral had an insane win rate on as well, but that was years ago. That was an older version of Clem, but he still already had that micro flare even back then. Third command center is going down into second gas. Starport. Tech lab on the barracks. Banshee transition will be coming. Reaper gets clawed apart mid-jump. I like that. He starts like lifting off, and the Zerglings kind of reach up and just rip his backpack, his jetpack in half. All right, so we've got 2 more queens building. That's going to be 4 up to 6 queens very early. Very solid play for Reynor. Did he put back on gas at all? Yeah. Okay, so he's just put back on gas. I wouldn't mind him just rushing double evolution chamber. It's not usually the best against Clem, but it does give you opportunities. If you're active enough with link counterattacks, I think early double upgrades is really good. I think playing against Clem when he has a substantial upgrade advantage becomes beyond problematic. It becomes so, like, the number of times he'll just get 16 Marines in a corner fighting 50 Zerglings and he'll kill every single Zergling without losing a Marine is just really uncomfortable. Lair and second gas. Okay, I think we want to go fast baneling speed by the looks of it. If we do go to 4 gases pretty quickly, then maybe Reynor will add a double evo as well. Behind this, Cloak's on the way for Clem. Second and third barracks starts up. Expect him to go for a double engineering bay, usually behind the natural, sometime in the next few seconds, but he's got to get that third gas first. Now, often you can go double engineering bay off just 2 gases, but when you play Cloaked Banshees, it costs a lot more gas. So you got to kind of account for the Cloak, the Banshees, the Stim coming in. Banshee on the right side, Aliens in the middle. Queens are there and ready for it. Banshee gets shut down, already losing a bunch of hit points. Four gas are up. Double Evo and a Baneling Nest are about to go down in this main base. Actually, to be fair, it is Reynor. He might build them in his natural. Is he going to go Spire? Oh, he's going Spire! He's going Spire. Okay, 5 minutes and 20 Spire. It's not the fastest, but it's good. Transfuse. Got more transfuses where that came from. Queen defense is looking solid. 9 queens, 14 zerglings. No Baneling Nest, no Evo chambers, none of that jazz. Reynor waiting a long time on his transfuses, almost like he's trying to bait Clem into overcommitting. He's got a few lings behind this. They are a little clumped right now. As long as you keep the lings out of vision, you can sometimes bait the Terran into trying to dart past the queens, and that's when the lings... Remember, the spear, the queens are the spear, and the zerglings are the net. When it comes to defending Hellions, this is kind of the theory you guys want to think about, like one of those old Roman gladiator styles, the kind of Neptune-looking mother trucker, where they have like a net and a trident spear. They try to like kind of catch their opponent and stab at them with the spear. That's essentially what the Queen-Zergling combo is. Queens are the spear up front, having a poke, and if they do try to dart past, that's when the net comes into action and catches them. So far, perfect defense by Reynor. Guys, he still doesn't have double upgrades yet, though. That does worry me a little bit. 1-1, halfway finished for Terran. Looks like he just wants to go 10 Mutalisks straight away and then go for upgrades after that, which is fair enough. 10 Mutalisks on the way. 4th base building at a pretty good time. I mean, we've got to get the Baneling Nest as well. Do we go Baneling Nest or 1-1 first? Okay, Baneling Nest goes down behind the 3rd. I like that position. Relatively safe there. Marines and tanks coming out. 19 Marines, 2 siege tanks. Overlord does die in the middle of the map. Defending this 4th base, this is the conundrum. Clem is going to give him a problem. It's a tank, a pack of Marines, stim, shields, not to mention the Hellbats. Once that armory finishes, you can morph Hellbats to guard your tanks. He is building 5 Marines at a time right now off those 3 barracks. Wait, where's his 4th and 5th? Oh no, he's got 4 reactors up and finished. Okay. Reynor trying to pull back the Overlord. Tank gets a nice position, but not so nice once the Mutalisks come out. The Mutalisks are just going to pick off that tank so easily. As long as the queens can survive up here, already baiting a stim out is really effective. Where are those Mutalisks, guys? Is he actually diving? He's diving with the Mutalisks! Wow, this could be a massive play. Is it worth it if he loses his 4th? I'm not quite sure. The queens, though, are doing a pretty good job of buying time. Queens do need to pull back. He should probably drop some transfuses. Mutalisks dancing around the main base, already getting 5 SCVs. Queens are going to give up the 4th base. That's a very mature decision for Reynor, saying, you know what? I'm good at multitasking, but I am playing the fastest Terran in the world, arguably the fastest player in the world. Banshees and Marines guarding the 3rd base. Nice setup for Clem. He knew that a Ling counterattack was a very real opportunity. Marines gunning down a Mutalisk. 1 Mutalisk goes down, but 8 SCVs, a bit of chaos. New 4th base up top. As long as Reynor transfers workers and rallies up there, I think he'll be good. Mutalisk's trapped between a Marine and another Marine. Bunch of Marine places. Mutalisks hanging out here. More mutas on the way. Baneling speed. 1-1 upgrades. 2-2 starts on time for Clem. Clem's really on point right now with his defense. Didn't let that much damage happen. Most players would have lost 15 to 20 Mutalisks. Or SCVs, sorry, to those Mutalisks. But not the case for Clem. 4th command center is on the way here as well. Massling Bane at home. Baneling speed's done. 1-1's almost finished. I think if Clem commits to a push and Reynor makes another few Banelings, he'll be good. But right now his Baneling count's low. He sees the army. He needs more Banelings. He makes 7 more. 7 more Banelings are on the way. Is it enough? Mutalisks. Let's see what they can do. Mutiling Bane trying to engage. Not quite able to do it. I'd love a swing around for the counterattack. Could also work, but with 2 Banshees at home, that's going to be easier said than done. Hellbats. Mostly taking big damage from the Banelings. Good engage there to start for Reynor. The tanks in the back, though, shelling on him. Mutas bypassing the army while the Ling Bane holds on at home. Queen Steel with a Marine on that side. Few Banelings going forward, a couple at a time. Mutalisks going to the left. Banshees in the open. Oh, nice cloak just before the Mutas can fire. And without that Overlord speed, no Overseer, the Mutas will struggle. Ling Bane engaging on the Marines, getting a bunch of them. Nice engage. Clem got a bit too far ahead of himself. Medevacs and Siege Tanks are in the open. Doesn't go for the Siege Tank, though. A little unfortunate. Reynor missing an opportunity to snipe one of those. He could definitely maybe not one shot, but probably 2-shot a turret with 20 Mutalisks. They do a lot of damage, even with mass repair. You ain't going to be able to get that in time. The Mutalisks doing really well on that 3rd base worker line. Marines poked in, but the army's ready to deal with it. Drilling Claws is almost complete here. Nice upgrade. Oh, he never finished the turret in the natural. Big mistake for Clem, taking a fair bit of damage. The Marines do chase him down. Now, you could maybe turn and fight those Marines. That was only about 8 Marines there. Baneling's getting pushed back on this side. He's going to go back, but nope, there's plenty of Marines now at home. The Mutalisks should potentially bounce back, rejoin with the army, destroy this position, and respread creep. Remember, earlier on post-youth, Reynor was all about Baneling bombs, not spreading creep, just counterattack, counterattack, counterattack. And it seems like that same ethos is what he's going to be following here, that same mode of operation. Mutalisk's going to fly in, no Overseer with them once again, remember. He's going to take out a couple of medevacs, though, so it does become very worth it. Units are up there as well. Widowmine almost fires, not quite. Picking off depots could be very effective. Does get himself a supply depot. 2 turrets on their own. Not the scariest threat. Tanks and Widowmine on the right side. 4th Command Center comes up on the left. Clem, not too happy to have the Zerg picking away at him, pulling him around in circles like this. He's got to try and win this match. You do not want to be dropping a map against Reynor, and that's why he's going to shove in right now. Banshees, Marines, and Medevacs are deep on creep. Hard to micro this while dealing with Mutalisks in your base. The Ling Bane from the north actually got a great surround on a pack of Marines there. At the same time, the depots are getting obliterated. I don't know exactly what structures went down, but I'll leave that structures tab open up top. I think second eBay Armory. Second eBay Armory both went down. Queens are going to try and move over to deal with these Banshees. But the Marines are jumping on top of them. The Queens do get exposed. The Marine tank is out in the open right now. Widowmine looking for the big shot. Doesn't find it. Ling Bane cleans the first tank, but there's still 3 tanks behind. Queens all go down. Mutalisks doing massive damage. Is it enough, though? Because we just got massacred. All of our Queens went down. A lot of our Ling Bane went down. Units lost tab, you can see, is still quite heavily in Clem's favor, and Clem does have a 4th base. Economically, just worker count looks good for Reynor, but it's the fact that Reynor has so little room. That's the big problem. Oh my gosh, stop focus firing like that, Clem. That's an illegal move, guys. Clem just did an illegal move. For those who don't know, we actually banned in this World Team League tournament the use of excessive skill at my request, because I said it looked unfair when I watched Clem play StarCraft. So he just broke that rule. We're going to give him a timeout after this game, okay? Mutalisks hiding in the corner of the map right there. The tank position finally gets broken, but at what cost? The Mutalisks are gone, guys. The Mutalisks are gone. He's lost almost all of them. He loses another one. He's going to go north, trying to avoid these Marines. Clem trying to catch them. Another few Marines, or Mutalisks do go down. Widowmines on all sides. Oh my lord, only 5 Mutalisks escape. It's going to take a long time to rebuild that number. That being said, 2-2 upgrades are going to finish, and guess what? Armory got killed. Double engineering bay got killed. He's rebuilt the engineering bays. The armory, though, is only now starting. And that's really good, because this buys Reynor a bunch of time, but Reynor doesn't have that many bases. Needs to try and take the top right and the bottom middle. Banshee Harass comes in. No Spore Crawler there. This is a brilliant move. This is a brilliant move. You know Reynor's been too busy to think about Spore Crawlers over here. He doesn't have much anti-aero detection or anything like that. He lost all of his queens earlier, or all of his defensive queens. He's rebuilt 5 of them. Mutalisk diving on the turret on that bottom side. Ooh, bit of a gamble, but it works out. Clem too busy microing elsewhere. Ling Bane defends the north. Banshee's down here in the south side being a nuisance. Mutalisks picking off a few mines, a few Marines as well. He's got to pull back though. Reynor, get out of there. Reynor, get out of there. Stays just a little bit too long, but you know what? Does some good damage for it. One has to pay respect to those Mutalisks for just how much they're adding to the firepower, the harassment, the trading of Reynor. Back up to 63 workers is Clem. But does Clem have a 5th command center? The answer is no, he does not. He's stuck on 4 bases right now. He's got a planetary in this one. He doesn't have much else going for him. Widowmines and turrets setting up. Remember, Widowmine turret combo is the best counter to Mutalisks, especially if the Widowmines, usually you want to put them behind the turrets, but it's good enough. Obviously, Clem is very frantic. He's just trying to set this up as best he can. You can see Reynor manually detonated a single Baneling to make sure that Widowmine died before it could fire. Clever move to make sure there was no chance of a crucial attack landing. Baneling morph up here. He's going to click those straight into the worker line and go for the big boom booms. If he can distract Clem at the same time, that could be very effective. Burrows on the way, 85 workers. The problem Reynor has is a lack of creep spread and a lack of bases, much like on post-youth earlier today. Banelings are coming in, Marine on that right side. Clem, watch out, Clem. Clem, watch out. The SCVs are in trouble. Okay, the Banelings going to take out the depots, click on the command center, at least set that bad boy on fire, waste a bit of mining time, bit of minerals to repair all that up. Infestation pits coming in. And you know what? If he starts a hive straight away, his 3-3 won't be too far behind the Terran. Yeah, 3-3 started. Obviously, Terran's going to have a couple minutes of 3-3 against 2-2, but hive actually goes down pretty quickly, and I got to say I'm impressed. Watch out, though. Mutalisks getting caught by Marines on the left side of the map. No, Reynor's reaction speed. Wow. Most players wouldn't have reacted that quickly. Reynor is made of different stuff to your normal Zergs. 6 Marauders, 54 Marines, 1 Thor, 16 Widowmines. Now, the big advantage, I would say, in this game is because he's caused so much chaos, there's a lot of supply wasted in Widowmines just kind of scattered around the bases. And it's really hard to like go and gather those and send them to the front. You can't just like, unless you F2 unburrow every Widow Mine on the map, which you never really want to do. Baneling's coming forward. Good spready there from Reynor at the last second. Lingbane rolling in. But beautiful micro by Clem as well. And Clem is looking fantastic. Mutiling Bane on the north is going to roll forward. I think this is a really good way to play Mutiling Bane, is don't just accept the defensive position. Be the aggressor. Dive in constantly for the counterattack. Force Clem home. Clem pulls his whole army home. You just disengage. No worries. You know, this is what it's all about. Really making things difficult for his opponent whenever possible. Oh, great Widow Mine. But the Banelings do find the worker line pretty nicely as well. Would have been cool if he squeezed some Burrow Banelings in on that ramp as well. But of course, Burrow only finished recently. Reynor may not have realized in the midst of everything else that's happening. The bottom base goes down, which means Reynor's back to his initial 5. That's bad. Losing this base is very bad. He's got a massive Banelings, but he actually needs more Zerglings now, I would say. Oh, the Mutalisks. Oh, I don't know if that was burrowed Banes or they were just hiding in the bush. I think it was burrowed. +2 flyer attack is done for the Mutalisks. 3-3 now starting before the 3-3 of Terran finishes. That's pretty big, right? Reynor's got 3-3 on the way. He's got Adrenal Glands. Ultra Cavern's going to go down, which, you know, it's a decent way to dump money. But we desperately need, as a Zerg, to take a 6th and 7th base right now. If Reynor doesn't do that, he's kind of screwed now. There's also this is a point in the game where notice how Clem's army is in the far north and the far south. Remember what we talked about with going up the middle, going up the guts is actually one of the best things you can do when your opponent's so focused on the edges like this. Mutalisks do pick off the Widow Mines in the south. Oh, really good micro by Reynor. Really very nice micro, cleaning that up, and respreading creep could be really effective here. Muta's going to go to that bottom left side. There's nothing that shoots up there. Oh, this is so good! Oh my gosh, he gets 1, 2, 3. He's going to kill all of these medevacs. Only 2 survive. Lingbane rolls in the third base at the same time. Third base doesn't have a planetary. That's why this is such a favorite spot for him to attack. Unfortunately, there's one Marauder with +3 armor that just refuses to die because it has medevacs healing it. So he's not getting nearly as much damage as I thought he would. I thought he'd be up there on the SCVs the whole time, but kind of damages a reactor. Does get a decent trade. Mutalisk going on the south at the same time. Mutalisk will take out one turret. They will take out a second, but the Marines are on top. Get out of there! Oh, you don't want to take that fight. No, 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 not like this, not like this, not like this. No, 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 no. It might only be a few Marines, but they've got 3-3. Okay, the Mutalisk, a lot of them just traded. Actually, maybe it was a good call. It might have been a good call. I mean, if he gets a few more SCVs, maybe. Reynor's rich right now. Reynor's got a lot of money. Oh, he's got to stop fighting the Marines, though. He does have to pull out of there. He's lost a lot of these. Oh my god, did he get the command center? Command center and factory both have lift. Forcing the second factory to lift is massive, guys. Unfortunately for him, there's a third factory that's built in the natural as well. So Clem has extra production for mines and Thors this game. Normally, forcing the factory on the reactor to lift really curtails your opponent's Widow Mine production, can give you a big power spike in the mid-game that you weren't really expecting. Widow Mine's going to get a good hit on those Zerglings, and of course, Drilling Claws did get upgraded this game, so they aren't revealed. You can obviously burrow these Zerglings, be a bit of a nuisance if you want. He's like, do you really want to scan for a single Zergling? But the turret on the high ground did provide detection that far out. Widow Mine gets sniped, Mutas pull back. 18 Mutalisks on the map. He's going to go Ultras now. Now, I love Ultras. I think they're a really good noob-friendly unit, especially once you get Infestors out. The combination of splash damage, tankiness, and fungal is just, oh, amazing. But one has to wonder, is going away from Heavy Mutalisk a mistake? They've given so much success this game! The burrowed Banelings getting a big hit on these Marines as well. Reynor turning this map into a minefield. He says, oh, you like putting Widow Mines everywhere? Oh, you like, does a Terran player like putting invisible units that do crazy splash damage? Do you like doing that? Oh, wow, you're such a good Terran player. And don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying this because I actually believe it. I'm saying this is how Reynor feels after playing against Clem's ridiculously good Widow Mine Marine play. Clem is so goddamn good at this play, you gotta feel frustrated at a certain point playing against him. Banelings take out the planetary, clear the SCVs. That might be a game-winning move. That may be a game-winning and potentially tournament-winning move. Because remember, the Mutalisks are doing harassment. You're maxed out as Zerg. Clem, if he loses even one map here, it means you're likely going to have Serral coming out in an ace match, right? Not to mention, Reynor might be 2-0ing even. Reynor is in the lead, dude. His Mutalisk play is exceptional. Reynor is just such a good Mutalisk player, and I'm so impressed by it. Now, the reason why... sorry. Hatchery goes down in the bottom. We've got to talk about what's happening in the game. These guys aren't going to give me a second to rest and talk about strategic choices or anything like that. Clem is not by any means out of this game. Because remember, if he gets the top right hatchery as well, oh my gosh, the transfuses aren't enough. Disgusting. Oh, a full medevac got shot down by the Spore Crawler. That Spore Crawler just killed a full medevac. That was actually awesome. He's denying this bottom base, but if he loses the top one, that's where the problem lies. He does take out the Widowmine, does Reynor before it fires. Dude, what a match this has been. Reynor is playing such good StarCraft at the moment. And Clem, you know, having to react, having to be defensive. So I was going to say, Mutalisk play doesn't work that well because Terrans would hit really good timing attacks and just kind of never let you out from under their thumb. But because Reynor is mixing in like super aggressive Roach Ling all-ins, Ling floods, Ling Queen drops, and fast Mutalisk builds, it's very hard for Clem to know what he's doing. And this is what I've been calling for Reynor to be doing for a while. Reynor got really predictable for a while there, where even when he like grinded a lot of practice before Dallas and stuff like this and Katowice, he did that practice, don't get me wrong, but it was still very much, I'm just going to play good StarCraft. I'm not going to play smart StarCraft. I'm just going to click my buttons really fast, which I'm Reynor. I do that better than almost any player in the world. I'm going to take you out after the Katowice loss. I feel like Reynor got a lot smarter, a lot more studying build orders. He kind of got motivated to really emulate the way Cyril innovates the game and always looks to catch his opponents off guard. And it was even at Dallas talking to Reynor where I was saying, dude, you're playing like way better. You're getting a lot better. I just feel like I wish I saw you take a few more risks. Like, just a few more gambles, you know? Like, I feel like old Reynor would take so many gambles, it was really hard to know what he was going to do next, and new Reynor's a little predictable. And I feel like that's something he's worked on so much over the last 6 months. Oh my god, the Banelings! The Banelings! Dude, he got... Yeah, oh, that's it, that's it. He's got Clem out of here. He's got Clem out of here. Clem's 5th base is just gone. The Liberator's getting jumped on by the Mutalisks. They're the last 4 Mutalisks, to be fair. I think Reynor has him now. Does save a bunch of SCVs into the medevacs. That was a really cute move. Clem's army is still massive. Guys, Reynor could still lose this game. I keep talking like Reynor's got it. You got to realize Clem is a freak. Clem is a freak. He's got a massive army. The Ling's coming in non-stop. He's going to get the Thor kill. The Marauder goes down. He does chase down these units to the bottom left, does Clem, but at what cost? Reynor punishes him, gets a Thor, gets a few Marines. He's going to keep hitting the production, that 3rd base, and that's exactly what he should be doing. Reynor's playing right now like he's on a timer, though, and Reynor's got to pull back and chill. As long as Reynor keeps expanding, I feel like, you know, Clem will run out of steam. Don't get inefficient. Oh, he jumps on the army. He ambushes in the south while Clem was looking at the north. Oh, and Clem misclicked in the wrong direction. He does somehow manage to pick up everything into the medevacs. The SCVs do all go down, though. The command center has to lift off. Clem, he's too busy microing his command center dies. The 3rd base lifting off in the north at the same time. And Reynor, he smells blood in the water. He senses weakness. He's starting to build Corruptors as well. I love Corruptors added in here with the Ultraling Bane army. Some really nice mobile anti-air to get rid of these medevacs and Liberators. They will be game changers. I think at this point, Mutalisks are just too fragile, especially with only +2 attack, no armor upgrades. Unlike on Post-Youth, he didn't keep upgrading the Mutalisks this game, so he's absolutely correct to go away from those units. They're just way too fragile and way too much of a money dump. Reynor is taking the middle base. Income is terrible for Clem. Despite that, Clem's still ahead on army. Remember, Reynor is trading massive amounts of his army for economy. He's killed 117 SCVs, but he's traded so many expensive army units to do it. He's still behind in army. Now it's Clem's turn to counterattack, and oh no, Reynor! He left his whole army out of position, which means he's not defending either base correctly right now. Okay, Ultraling Bane will get this base down in the bottom defended, but the top base gets sniped. The Lings are there. There is a Corruptor nearby. If he can chase this with the Corruptors and shoot down these medevacs, this could be big. There's a Ready Point medevac there that hasn't unloaded yet. Ultras will take out at least one of these Widowmines before it fires, but Reynor has to pull back right now. Beautiful move here by Mr. Clem to get some counter damage on. But he's now down in army supply. There's so much money coming in. Yeah, you sniped a hatchery. It wasn't the most important hatchery for Reynor. In the top side, he jumps on him there as well. Clem can't micro everything at once. He was too busy hot picking up on the south side. His command center here is mining, but it's an orbital, not a planetary in the top side. Everything gets cleaned up in the top right side. Reynor has it. Clem is out of steam. And Reynor secures the 4th point for Basilisk. All right, what is this man eating lately? I need his diet plan. I need his playlist of Italian rap music he listens to. I need it all. Because I need to copy exactly what he's doing. It's amazing, it's fantastic, and it's working very well. He's going to go for a 15-15 up against Clem in the top right. Clem is going to go for a 2-Rax. Reaper Warloff. Oh, God. Reynor just accidentally pulled all of his drones off minerals. Reynor, chill, bro, chill. Oh man, remember the game on Dynasty earlier didn't look good for him at the start either, with him sending his drone out late. Clean that start up, my friend. Clean that start up. That's unfortunate. The way this works, for those who don't know, is double click in Windows is actually quite a bit. It requires you to click pretty quickly, like click, click. But in StarCraft, it's actually a slower rate. So you can go click, click. Sorry, I'm going to try and get it as close to the... You can double click kind of slowly. Click, click. And it'll still register as a double click. So often people will accidentally double click and select all the drones and click, and they'll be like, oh crap, and they pull them all off mining. So that's kind of a bummer. That sucks because getting your spawning pool down on time, getting a queen started is what shuts down this build so hard. And instead, spawning pool's 4 seconds late. Yeah, spawning pool's 4 seconds late, which means queens are going to be 4 seconds late. This might not sound like a big deal. The whole point of this build is to get those queens out on the second. It's an incredibly tight build order, and it's really important that you do it just right. Now, to be fair, you can still mine these gold minerals, go take a third. I think you can shut this down. That being said, I'm not sure how much faith I have in Reynor to shut this down the way Serral would. Serral would destroy this opening, for sure. He's so good against with 15-15 against 2x Reaper, and just taking almost no damage. But I've seen Dark struggle in the past. I've seen Reynor struggle in the past as well, because they just don't have as much experience as Serral. We'll see how they do, though. I do like this. Try to mine this open as quickly as possible. I would have sent a third drone over as well, but it looks like he should be able to. Yeah, he sends a third drone over now. Good play. So these guys can now go back to mining. He's going to see the gold minerals there, though, and Clem should know there's a drone up north if he wants to go and block that. Ooh, 4 Zerglings. Entirely unnecessary if your queens are on time, but this is a reaction because his queens were late, his spawning pool was late. Built the 4 Zerglings just to make sure he could defend. It's going to give him a bit more mobility if those Reapers jump into the main as well. So 1 inject goes down, creep tumor on the ramp. Very good play here for Reynor. And already doing a little bit more damage on that Reaper, interrupting its healing. Now it is just 3 Reapers. Behind that Tech Lab and Reactor goes down. Command Center building on the natural. And the third hatchery is down to the top left as well. I think Reynor's done a pretty good job, but if he doesn't start an Overlord soon, he's going to struggle. He starts an Overlord as I said it. Damn, man. Build 1 more drone, more overlords, and he should be solid. That being said, 4th queen on the natural's a little slow, but the drones can block the Reapers from escaping, which is really good. Or can they? Okay, 2 Reapers go down, 3 drones. I think that's actually not bad damage for Clem. Normally, I'd say it's not great at all to throw away your Reapers for that, but in this case, I think it's fine. The reason, he already built 6 Zerglings. That's 3 less drones than a normal 15-15, and your Reapers weren't going to be that much more useful the longer this goes. So managing to slow down a bunch of those units, those drones from coming out, that economy from building is actually super worth it. Factory comes down for Clem here. These guys are entering their 6th map. I can't believe it, man. This series has been incredible. Double gas going down for Reynor. He will be building a Roach Horn over here momentarily. Unless he's a crazy person who wants to do one of these modern Lingbane macro openings off of a no Ling speed build. Serral's been doing this sort of stuff a lot. Does feel like his opening was a bit slow to saturate his natural, though. The minerals for Reynor feel a little light right now. Once this third gets a pack of drones on it, it will start to kind of steamroll, snowball together. You know, his economy will start coming together. Been casting for a long time. I'm still incredibly jet lagged, guys. It's been pretty rough adapting coming back from Europe, but we're getting there little by little. And these games are definitely perking me up. If I wasn't casting these games, I would right now just be yawning and blinking at my screen and rubbing my eyes, but these games are fantastic. And just so you know, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, which is not normally a time of day I'm tired. Riyadh isn't in Europe? No, Greece is, though. Riyadh was quite a while ago. Just got back from my holiday in Greece right after Riyadh. Flew straight there. Had a very good time. Greek food, Greek beaches. Very, very good. Very good time. Okay, we're going to break the rocks. I love this move. Ling speed's on the way. Why is he massing Ling so early, though? He's really respecting the 2 barracks move out. Did he just transfuse a creep tumor, guys? Oh my gosh, he just saved a creep tumor. That's some style points for Reynor. 4th hatchery goes up in the top left. So Reynor's going mass Zergling to try and defend this, but he's only got 6 queens. I kind of have to question this. Feels a little bit awkward. It's on 3 gases. No, only 2 gases so far. Oh, this is a mass Zergling style. Oh, he might be able to swarm this mineral line while defending. This could actually work really well for Reynor. But link speed's about to be ready. Queens are a little slow here. Ooh, one medevac goes down. Oh my gosh, good pullback on the queen. Oh, great transfuses. If he just had a few more lings coming in, he could shut this down. You do not want to lose any more queens. Losing a queen there is very expensive. Overall, though, fantastic defense for Reynor. You can see, if you're trading even with a Terran as a Zerg, that is always a good thing. Very rare exceptions to that rule. Fourth base in the top left is almost finished. Baneley Nest coming in as well. Lairs almost there. Lots more drones coming in. It's taken a third gas now. I love heavy mineral styles. I think they're one of the best ways to play. The problem on this map is always going to be finding counterattack angles, opening these rocks, and then opening some rocks over here to give yourself some more angles to get in is really going to help Reynor the longer this game goes. Remember, if Clem just keeps those side minerals sealed up, it's very hard to find value. Oh, you greedy bastard, Clem. I can't believe he just ran forward with Red Hit Point Medevac, focused the queen down, and picked up and saved all 5 Marines. I think 1 Marine went down. That's dirty. Like, once again, illegal play. Illegal play. Thank you for the subs, guys. Really appreciate the support. All right, double drop out the left. So check this out. We've got second factory on the front, armory. The 4th and 5th reactor are now coming in this main base. That's 5 barracks. Armory will allow him to start 2-2. Feels like a very standard setup. Clem hasn't started his 4th command center yet. Doesn't really need it, though. Reynor doesn't have a massive income either. Transfuses are good, but baneling speed's still a while away. And the Marines just pulling to that right side. No focus fire here for Clem. He's just trying to stutter step. Move and shoot, move and shoot. Trade so far, 500 resources in favor of Clem. Now, this is something you have to get on top of as a Zerg player. This is something we saw Serral struggle with. Clem will redrop and immediately re-engage, tracking the medevacs and not letting him unload at all until he flies all the way back to his base. It's actually a very valid move. Especially here because he can't reinforce due to those gold minerals. So there's no risk of you chasing him into another army. Gets a baneling for a Marine. Not a bad trade for Clem. Marine's coming down the south side as well. He's going to start taking out the creep tumors on this side. Dude, look at how fast the hive is. Oh, I think we're going to just see Lingbane with sick upgrades and then Vipers coming in really early. Lingbane getting a few Marines on that side as well. Nice pickups for Reynor. Reynor's also on 83 workers with 4 more building. I do worry, though, that Reynor hasn't opened up any of these rocks for counterattacks. And I think he needs to focus on pretty much nothing but army from here. Clem parading through the middle, clearing this creep up. He's got Marine Mine in the middle, and he's got a single dropship in the south. Lings have to be careful to group up before they fight this right now. 4th command center coming out. So Clem's moving out that 4th command center. Zerg is on 5 base going on 6, which is it's good. Reynor's on 90 workers, but oh, he's going to lose a hatchery. The banelings get a decent hit. Doesn't lose the hatchery, actually saves it. It's just super weak and vulnerable to potential future next waves. He does have 8 queens, so I'd love to see the queens rock up down the bottom and start transfusing the heck out of that hatchery. Lings defend the main as well. A few more spores get built, which I do really love. And Clem goes back in, but spore crawlers there, queens there, marines there. Good, solid defense here for young Reynor. Marine Mine moving down this right side of the map. 4th command center's there. Planetary as well. Rich gas goes down. 2-2 upgrades coming in on those engineering bays. Almost finished for him, but Reynor right now already has the 2-2 in just 5 seconds. Reynor's going to have it kicking in a moment. Widow Mine's there. Firing. Not getting any massive shots. I think Reynor's happy to clean this out. As long as you get rid of all the Widow Mines, you're happy to trade, but he's got to try to respread some creep to the middle. These Widow Mines giving the map control. And not only that, but they're redropping. They're redropping. Oh, don't lose this hatchery, mate. Do not lose this hatchery. Okay, he realizes. Does defend it. At the same time, the drop in the back being a nuisance. Not having muters. Not being able to control as much. This is a very different game flow to what he played in the last game. This is a very different flow of gameplay. You're not able to dictate where the fighting happens. Single Widow Mine gets a big shot there. Dropping and redropping. Clem is being such a D-bag. Can you just leave, mate? Sorry, guys. Look at it. Just, you have to patrol. Like I'm saying, you cannot be letting him queue up his units to redrop because he will just keep doing this and getting value. and he'll also stress you out and you'll start making mistakes. Adrenal Glands is done. 3-3 is on the way. Still no Vipers, though. He's dropping 3 places at once. He redrops the natural as well. Reynor might get flustered here. He's trying to tilt him as Clem. Clem's just being a nasty guy right now. He's doing it so very well. Transfuses save the queen, though. Reynor hanging on like a champ. In the main base, though, the drop rotates in there. There's an army on the front as well. Liberator's going to siege on his face. If the queen moves out of the way, as well as the spore, he'll handle it. Drop in the back. 8 drones going down. Purple gas somehow mining in the middle. I do not know how. There is so much going on right now. The spawning pool will go down. And that is a big pick off there. The spore crawler may be peppering the medevac a little bit. No, they do avoid it. This is why you need these spores all along these edges as much as possible, but the creep is not quite down there. Makes it very difficult. We'd love to see the spore move back down here as well, but of course it moved up to deal with the Liberator. Clem is non-stop, and this is where Clem thrives. If he can put you on the defense, Clem can macro and micro flawlessly. There is no limit on his APM when he's attacking. When he's defending and he has to react to you, you can interrupt his rhythm, but when he's the one dictating the pace, he picks and chooses when he wants to look at each area. He is just a god. But Reynor says it's time to counterattack. Let's go! Mass Lings. No Banelings with this. He's just going to run in with a massive, overwhelming Ling attack. Banelings in the middle as well. 3 drones go down, but a hatchery falls. That's the real damage. 17 workers as well. Tank on the high ground's going to fall as well. Dude, the tank going down could be big. Getting on top of these other SCVs in the main would be massive. The SCVs do evacuate. 23 workers in total going down. Marine still diving like a psycho. That is crazy. Remember, the spawning pool went down before. Clem gets the double hatchery snipe. Lings in here, just being as annoying as they can. Scan, cleaning up those burrowed Lings. Liberators slowly cleaning them up. And the Zerglings not finding too much more follow-up damage. 3-3 is about to finish. If he'd focused the engineering bays, that could have been potentially game-winning. But without getting those, it's going to be a bit of an issue. Clem, in the midst of his base, having SCVs in chaos, trying desperately to defend in 4 different locations. He's still picking up units on the front. The Mad Lad is no breaks. It's all gas, no brakes for Clem here, and he's not going to stop. The hatchery in the middle is going to go down. Ultras are on the way. Kindness plating is being made, but it's not ready just yet. Hatchery falls as well. Reynor's trying to take the top left. This map does not feel good as a Zerg player to play. Whenever the game resets to a more normal position where you don't have a tangible edge, it's going to feel like it's Clem's game to play. Reynor's been putting him on the back foot, finding ways to get him out off balance and do damage all series long, but look at that. Liberator in the top left. Reynor just has so much stuff to react to. Finally, Queen's going to get rid of that dropship in the bottom, which is nice. Even then, he's still going to lose a Queen because he can't be watching everything at once. Ultraling counterattack on the left side at the same time. Over here on the right, Planetary does deflect the mass Zerglings. Ultras pull back the Liberator, being a massive D-bag. Queen finally takes it down. In the south side, Queen's finally cleaning up these +3 armor Marines. +0 Queens doing almost no damage. Ultraling Bane cleans up the base on the right side. If Reynor wins this game, he will win the series and push them through to the finals. He will eliminate Team Liquid if he wins this game, but you can see his economy has been suffering. Even though he kills a Planetary, takes out a bunch of SCVs, his economy took an absolute bruising, and with no infestors on the map, the Ultras do not have the best support unit that really elevates them. Scan immediately. Clem immediately back to mining. He's got a new 5th command center building. He needs that up desperately. He has to secure a new base. But of course, he is not just being defensive. He is also being aggressive. He's going to attack Reynor's top base, and that means Reynor's in big doo-doo. Only 67 workers for the Zerg. He does not have the money to maintain this pace. Clem, on the other hand, he's only got 3 orbitals, but it seems like his efficiency in the fights makes up for it. More Lings on the right side going to come in. There's a double drop coming down the south. Queens and Ultras are ready for it. Meanwhile, up here, Ultras jump forward. No Corruptors, no Vipers, nothing to punish these medevacs, and that's a problem. Widowmine's doing damage. The Ultras pull back very nicely. Queen Ultra. Ooh, that's a nice one for Reynor. Does smack a drop there. Zerglings get in. Big amount of damage from the Widowmine to his own workers, but look at these Liberators. The Liberator harass has just been non-stop. It's such a nuisance. It's such a way to create a big problem for such a small amount of commitment. The Liberator has to be one of the most annoying units to play against in the game. It has been a bane of low-level players for a long time, and in the last year or two of top-level play, we have seen in these high-paced games, the Liberators queuing into bases, the drops queuing around the back. It's such a nice way to leverage a small amount of your attention to get a big reaction from your opponent. And that's what Clem's doing right now. His 5th command center's up. He's going to float it back to the right side. He's got a lot of Widowmines scattered across his bases. He's going to need to try and move those back out a little bit to get a bit more map control. A scan's going down. Reynor does not have the money. Unless he gets some infestors out, I don't think he's going to have enough value. He's got Corruptors, though. Ultra Lingbane Corruptor. It's my style, boys. Ultra Lingbane Corruptor. It's my style. Queens are going down. Honestly, he's only got 3 corruptors and he's got no money for banelings. It's not a good spot to be in as Reynor right now. Even if he had 20 banelings, which would inflate the kind of value of his army supply, he'd still be down 45 army supply. And that's just a big problem. It's such a big problem. Liberator hiding in the bushes in the top left of the map comes right back like the D-bag he is. But wait a second, looks like an F2. That was an F2. Oh, Clem making a bit of a doo-doo there. And the F2 does catch him out. Ghosts are now out as well. I honestly, Infestors are the play. If you don't have Infestors, there's no chance in this game. If you have a Burrowed Infestor or two, a couple Fungals, Ultras and Banes getting on top of this army, you can still win this game as Reynor. But right now, I mean, Corruptors will be good over time, but you need to have overwhelming numbers for Ultraling Bane Corruptor to work. Right now, he's outnumbered. He needs that asymmetry that we were talking about, right? He does not have it. Lings coming in, 1 Corruptor gets sniped there. The Liberator's taking quite a bit of damage, as are these other units, but you can just see he can't quite engage there. Ultraling Bane counterattack comes in. No Corruptors on this side, so the Liberator's going to do really well. Clem's ability to fall back and micro while attacking at the same time. Second one. How the hell do you stutter step and snipe on the front and spread while also stutter stepping at the home? He does pick up, saves a bunch of these units, pulls back to the Liberator zones. The Ultras, one of them goes in the Lib zone and immediately regrets its decision. Corruptors do take out 1 Liberator. There's no snipe energy on the Ghost, so they damage another one, force it to unsiege. Clem does pull back at the same time in the north. The factory is still there. The bio is still there. The Liberator is still sieged up. Reynor is stretching out Clem's multitasking and attention, and Clem is saying, I don't care, it stretches forever. I am the flexible guy from the Fantastic Four, whatever his name was. I can stretch all day. I'm the elastic dude. Friggin' let's go, man. I can play in 5 places at once, constantly microing and macroing. It's no sweat. I do this all day, every day. I've played 400 PVTs against Max Packs where the guy has Blink Stalkers harassing me for 10 minutes straight. Meanwhile, Medevac's dropping the north, then going back to the south. Oh, Liberator there. Oh, Liberator's going to get the Queen. That's unfortunate. Ling run-bys are good. I mean, you can see Reynor is so desperately trying to pull Clem's attention away from him, but it's just not enough. The Widowmine was retargeting there. Oh, you sicko, Clem. Clem was retargeting the Widowmine so it didn't take an inefficient shot. Corruptors will finally take out this Liberator. That Liberator had 33 kills. That was a disgusting Liberator. That was Sergeant Chad Hammer herself. She upgraded from a siege tank to a Liberator, and she did an insane amount of damage. Ultras chewing up a bunch of Marines and Marauders. Corruptors will take out the Medevac, but a few of them will die, and those Corruptors are not cheap units either. Units lost tab is now 7,000 resources in favor of Clem. His Liberator harass has been disgusting. It's something that Zergs everywhere are vomiting into their mouths. This is why when you watch a Clem Terran vs Zerg as a Zerg player, if you come to my house and watch this, I not only give you guac, I not only give you some nice chips to dip those in, I like a few carrot and celery sticks with hummus. You also get a vomit bag because you're about to watch Clement rip your You're about to watch Clement rip your boy apart. You're about to watch him do terrible, terrible things to Zerg, and you need that vom bag. Much like when you get on a plane or on a boat where you might get seasick, you're gonna puke when you watch what this man does to Zerg players. Clem is an unfair player. He is inhuman. At this point, I've been talking to the Cabal guys. We've already come up with a good patch. We've said we've got a new patch. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to put Clem in an enclosure with a gorilla for like an hour, and then we're going to kick the gorilla or something. Make it mad and make it... We figured it's not fair to nerf Terran, but we do need to nerf Clem. Because his multitasking is disgusting. It's actually not fair. We need to like break one of his hands or something. There needs to be maybe some serious carpal tunnel if we can somehow make that happen. It's right now, Reynor is fighting back to a playable position. The problem is, Clem has a 6th base. Clem's middle base is still okay. He's got this one here. He's trading so well. Oh, hold that thought. No Liberator here anymore. Chadham is gone. Factory on the reactor getting lifted up would actually be really nice for Reynor. Splitting Zerglings on the Banelings. Going to try and attack the south, but there's so much army in the south. No overreaction for Clem. Most Terran players would have F2'd. Oh, he tries to burrow Banelings. Clem sees it. Sharp eyes. He realizes what's happening. Clicking on the command center is a pretty good move. Tries to burrow a few more Zerglings and Banelings. Doesn't quite manage to get it off. Meanwhile, attacking the south, and oh no! The snipes all over the Ultras. The Bio and the Widowmine's defending. He tries to catch them in the open. Where are those Infestors? There's only one Infestor right now. The Ultras are getting destroyed. The Ultras are getting ripped asunder. The Bio, the Max Marauder goes counter the ramp. The burrowed Baneling just landed big down there. Sorry, I clicked away as it happened. I didn't even realize there was a burrowed Baneling. It landed big, but there was so many Marauders and stuff in the mix. It wasn't enough to actually kill that much. It damaged a lot of the units, killed a few Marines. The Lings in the main are getting ripped up. Ultra Ling in the south. Dude, Reynor's keeping the supply neck and neck. If he could just get one good fungal surprise on this army with the Corruptors jumping in as well, it could be huge. Single Infestor Boy over here. We need fungal boys. I'm telling you guys, this is one of these games where it's like Reynor is playing so effing well to keep this so close, but he needs this base fully mining. He needs to try to find a way to retake maybe this bottom base. And the way he does that is do everything you're doing, but add 1 or 2 fungal boys in. One good fungal ambush changes the course of this game. But if you can't get that, it's going to be a problem. The Corruptor's going to start stacking a little bit of damage on these medevacs. Doesn't have the overwhelming numbers that I was saying, you know, you really need to have in these fights. Ling's coming in on the north. Once again, the factory is, for the 3rd time, going to rebuild its reactor. Fungal boy, fungal boy, fungal boy, fungal boy, fungal boy! He throws the double fungal out. Clem, welcome to D-Town, says Reynor. Here's your free ticket, mate. Enjoy the ride and the smell of pubis. That was disgusting right there. That was a beautiful, beautiful play. Wow, 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 wow. Damn, dude. He's back in it. Reynor's absolutely back in it. He's still down 10,000 resources. Top base is under threat. Clem, dude, you just lost half your army. Give him a moment's rest. You know what? Actually works out for Reynor. Reynor gets us around, kills a lot of this bio here. The Ling's coming in. Reynor, he smells blood in the water. He's going to try and pounce. He's been attacking this 3rd base all game long. Oh, the Widow Mine goes down without firing. Too much retargeting for Clem sometimes does backfire. Factory goes down, which means very limited Widow Mine production from now on. The Widow Mine's holding the choke point, though. And if there's more units that come back, this could really backfire. I think Reynor's overcommitting. Reynor does overcommit a little bit here. His Corruptor's floating in. He's got Ultras and Lings coming in from all sorts of weird angles. Those Ultras and Lings from the right as well. And that is a very successful hold for Clem. I think the start of that fight was good for Reynor, but he went a bit too deep. He's also never taken these rocks down. All these rocks! Oh, that's a big problem. There's also only one fungal boy on the map right now. No backup fungal boys, which is a problem. Ultra Ling goes in for the counterattack on the right side. He pulls back Lings on the left. He's trying to still fight this. He's going to try and use the Widow Mines against him. Clem just doing burrow, unburrow, micro. Oh, one of the medevacs does go down, but it doesn't matter. He saved most of the units inside from the damage. Corruptors are going to start getting shot down by the Marine Ghost. The choke point over here next to the barracks gets held by the Marauders. I am sorry for my frenetic casting and observing right now, but there is no pace that matches this game. Unless we slow the game down to half speed and I get to cast it with breaks, there's just no way to follow everything that is happening in this game. He picks up, pulls back the units in red hit point medevacs. That's what we call the Clem. You will never catch this. You will never catch this. Right now, Reynor is about to break out of this cage and catch this, and Clem, like a Kazakhstani prostitute, is finding a way to frustrate his opponent. Anyways, sorry guys, I try to be a bit more PG-13 like I normally am on this channel, but anyways, there's just too much bio. Clem is absolutely destroying it. Reynor does not have the numbers anymore. The hatchery's about to go down. It was a Borat reference. It's a very old movie. I still reference movies from 15 years ago. This is what getting old is like for anyone out there who's not experienced it yet. You keep referencing things from 20 years ago as if it happened yesterday, and people just look at you and go, what are you talking about? It's wedged in a special corner of my brain. I apologize. Anyways, there is still a base mining here, one in the top trying to go up, but Reynor just cannot hang on right now. An Infestor is out. We've got 54 Zerglings, 3 Corruptors, 73 drones. There's just nowhere to mine anymore. Clem outlasting his opponent. And in the late game, Clem's trading is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, Widow Mine's going to clean these drones up. Reynor doesn't have any cash anymore. He loses the hatchery in the middle, one of his last mineral mining bases. And Reynor, he went for a big swarm on the top, wasn't able to clean it out. And he's going to tap out there. I'll just show you guys that final seconds. He went for a desperate spready on this northern base, but all he's got is a pack of Lings and a few Corruptors. He just realized we ain't getting anything done there. There's so many Widow Mines. They cleanse his entire army, and Clem keeps Team Liquid alive, scores the 4th point for them, ties up the series, which means both players trade, and we are forcing out the single ace map to decide it all.